Lost Arts here. You may know me and you may not, but I was an avid player of Kirby Air Riders back in the day. Now, it was on the GameCube, and of course City Trial was my favorite, but as it turns out, those skills translate over pretty well to this new game. So, as much as I am just a streamer like anyone else, please enjoy my tips and tricks as you enjoy this 148 patch gameplay session in the background. I don't even know how we got that high, except I kind of do. And that's what this video is about. Let's get into it.
3, 2, 1, start!
Alright, let's get into the nitty-gritty, shall we? Vehicles, air ride machines. You'll know them, you'll love them. You'll probably want to hop on a new one as soon as you hit the dirt and pavement, right? Well, not really. So what I found during my time here in the demo is that you're going to want to grab something nimble and fast like the Shadow Star that is able to break open boxes fairly easily. What you're going to want to avoid is any of those slower air rides like the Rex Wheelie or the Tank Star, especially early on when you're trying to get those patches. You just won't have enough top speed in order to get to where you want to go if you have some really poor acceleration starting off. So my bet is sticking with the Compact Star or some of the more well-rounded ones like the Warp Star early on if you want to make sure you grab your patches early. And boy howdy do you. Next up, areas to aim for. Places you go. There are so many areas in Kirby Air Riders, but here's where you want to hit up. The Crystal Caves. Now, this area is full of beautiful, gorgeous crystals, which we saw in the trailers, but little did we know how many power-ups are hidden here, especially because it comes with various attack items that will allow you to break open those crystals fairly early on, if you're lucky, which will give you a major edge leading into the middle parts of the match. Now, the next area you definitely want to go for is you're going to grab the Sky Garden area directly above the main playfield. This area tends to have a plethora of patches available to you if you can get there early on. Now, I usually go there around mid-game or so because you often don't have enough flight patches to get there, but there's sometimes an event that allows your air ride machines to fly more easily, and if you get this, you're going to head up there as soon as possible. This place is a treasure trove of patches you will not want to pass up. And lastly, this one is more optional if you can manage it. You're going to go for that Sky Island out in the distance. Now, this one is very dependent on the vehicle you have, but I think it's well worth it if you have some high flight stats on your vehicle rider combo. It's often entirely uncontested, and there's a plethora of patches right for the picking. I do want to add an additional warning, however, though, that if you do attempt it, you may end up wasting a lot of time if you're just short of the ability to make it there. Even in this match alone, you'll see later, I do that very thing, and I missed out on getting even more patches than this run. So, word to the wise, be careful and maybe hit this end game. So I kind of gloss over it due to the pacing of the video, but the magnet is just insane. Can we all agree? It's one of the most important items in the game if you want to aim for high numbers of patches. Almost, if not all of my 100 plus runs have involved grabbing the magnet at one point or other. It may be RNG to acquire it, but if you see it, make it your top priority. This is especially potent during events, as you just saw, as many leave power-ups scattered across the surface or in concentration around key points of contention like those pillars. Late game, this can just clean house if you can manage to find one, as your high top speed by this point lets you back 'em up stats like, well, Kirby. Anyway, back to the rest of this video. Now, it is all well and good to have a favorite air ride and a pattern you like to follow, but this time around, the events are even more impactful than ever, as it can swing the tide of balance dramatically one way or the other with a single good event. If you seem to be picking up a lot of weight early into your run, it may be good to swap to an offensive threat over a lightweight flyer, or vice versa. It may seem like an obvious piece of advice to be open to swapping, but as events start, you gotta make the most out of your time. This advice mainly applies to mid-game, as you're fairly free to swap to whatever your favorite machine is, because by late game, if you can manage to find one, the law of averages means with sufficient and indiscriminate power-up collecting, you'll probably end up with fairly balanced and high stats. So basically what I'm saying is just improvise. See if you can pick something that maybe you haven't tried before, and you may find yourself winning in ways you never thought you could by just utterly obliterating people or going faster than light, probably. Lastly, let's talk about patch priority. And there's a simple answer: top speed. Top speed is what you want. Early game, it's your best friend. You can just make your way to more opportunities to grab more power-ups and patches. I will say offense is almost as important. Many of the early game opportunities for item grabs are destruction-based, as illustrated in the earlier section. Glide flips back and forth for me as my second and third priority for patches as you gain access to the Sky Garden and Sky Island areas that tend to be less contested compared to the city below. It also helps you just avoid combat at your discretion, as well as navigate event hazards like those falling meteors or Gordos with ease. Beyond that, obviously pick up what you like. I mean, weight allows you to bash into things and defense keeps you alive. Obviously go for what you want, but for me, top speed is what gets you to the other things you want. So go for broke, or go for broken boxes anyway. Let's see Paper Star versus Wing Star. Who wins? Woo! Let's go! Oh my god! We're in space! Space! I love how it has like all these different freaking like levels here. That's super cool. I love how high jump is one of my favorite looking ones too. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's super fun. That's super cool. That's the highest I think I've ever seen. I mean, I'm sure people have gotten higher than that, but I think that was pretty good. I just want to thank you all for coming here and watching this video. It was originally just supposed to be sharing my 148 patch run, but I thought maybe I'd add a little bit of commentary to this. If you want to see more of me, I'm over at twitch.tv/thelostarts, but more than anything, I hope you all enjoy Kirby Air Riders with me, or with everyone, or with anyone, because it's such a special game, and it only comes around every, 2 decades, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. Remember, everyone, I'd be lost without you. And, well, I'm still lost with you, because me, I'm just lost. The Lost Arts. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everyone. I'll see you then.